Hi, my name is Eunice Anen Lawina. I'm a coach of netball at Exuba Sport for Development Uganda, and I'm a facilitator, sexual reproductive health rights and life skills. And I also coordinate Wakanda Girls Project, which is a menstrual health project. Well, today in our workshop, our discussion is going to be centered on mental health. So to begin with, we'll define what mental health is. Mental health refers to cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well being. It is all about how people think, feel, and behave or act. This includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. That is very true. Now, we all know that there are mental health problems. But actually, what are mental health problems? Well, in many ways, mental health is just like physical health. Everybody has it, and we need to take care of it. Mental health problems affect around 1 in 4 people in a given year. You can imagine. The types of mental health problems, there are very many, and I'm sure most of us have gone through them. It's just that sometimes we don't know that it's a mental health problem. We've seen our family members and friends or even neighbors go through them. So today we'll discuss about the types, some of the types actually, because there are very many. So one of them is anxiety and panic attacks. It's a normal emotion that we all experienced: stress, tense, worried, uneasy, or scared. I've seen my sister and some friends of mine go through this. Actually, for my sister's case, it became too worse that we had to move from the house that we used to rent into a new apartment just because of it. So it's a serious thing. Actually, we need to take it serious and we need to watch and also be aware of the people that are going through these mental health problems around us. There's bipolar disorder, which is a mood disorder that can cause extreme periods of low and high moods. Then depression. Oh my gosh, I've gone through this. This is a period where someone experiences a low mood that lasts for a long time and affects their everyday life. There's eating disorder. Actually, I never knew that eating disorders were also a type of mental health problem. So, with this, someone has unhealthy thoughts, feelings, and behavior around food. And then there is obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, this one is diagnosed, it's a diagnosis given to someone who experiences obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors. There is also personality disorder, and this affects how a person copes with a day to day life, manages relationships, as well as how they feel and behave. Then there's something that people call PTSD, which is a post traumatic stress disorder. With this one is a diagnosis given to people who develop a certain set of symptoms following a traumatic event. It may be a divorce of parents, maybe loss of a loved one, or death of someone that you hold dear. All those are part of PTSD. Then there is psychosis. This term is used to describe when a person perceives the world in a different way to those around them. I think we've seen those kind of people. It's hard that sometimes we don't even know how to term their disabilities or their disorders. Then there's self harm. Self harm is when someone purposely hurts themselves, usually in order to cope with intense emotional distress. Now, my friend went through self harm. She lost her mom. She has a dad, but her dad doesn't stay with them. He works in a far area and he's always not around for her to talk to. So when she lost her mom, she felt that she was lonely. So she started hurting herself, cutting her hands and all that. So that is really very dangerous because actually When we start with self-harming ourselves, sometimes we go to suicide, we get suicidal feelings, which is another problem. And when someone intentionally takes their own life, this can be very complex. You start by harming yourself, then all of a sudden, you start thinking of how you're going to take your life. So we need to watch actually and take care of people who go through those mental health problems. Definitely, they're everywhere around us, in our communities, in our homes, everywhere. Young and old, they go through that. Okay, so around the community that I live in, I never thought that mental health actually had myths and myths, because there are definitely facts about mental health, but myths, no, I didn't think of that. As a menstrual health educator, I thought it was just myths around menstrual health, but I realized that actually mental health also has myths. And I'm going to share some myths that I figured out, that I found from the community that I live in. So one of them is children do not experience mental health problems, which is a lie because mental health affects everyone, whether you're young or you're old. People go through mental health, and especially in these times of COVID, everyone has been affected by it. So yes, everyone goes through it, including children. Then mental health problems does not affect me. It does. I've seen social workers handling mental health problems that have actually also been affected by it. It affected them, so anyone can be affected by it. And then people saying that mental health problems people with mental health problems are violent and unpredictable. Actually, not everyone with mental health problems is violent. That's a lie. Just I think the percentage is 3% to 5%. Yeah, in case it's a severe mental health problem. And then some people say therapy and self-help are a waste of time. Why bother when you just take a pill? Actually, therapy is what helped me. Without therapy, I don't think I would be able to handle it. Therapy is one of the best ways we can be able to handle the mental health problems. So, yes, that's a myth, it's not a fact. So, some of the facts are mental health problems are actually very common, which is true. Everywhere in Africa, in America, in Europe, everywhere, mental health problems are very common. And it says in 2014, about 1 in 10 young people experienced a period of major depression. Of course, that happens. It does happen. And then there's every young child or every very young children may show early warning signs of mental health concerns, which is true. Sometimes they just keep quiet, they don't say much. Sometimes they can't go to bed. So those signs are there. I won't just go through everything. I'm sure we can see them. So there's a very common one where people with mental health problems are just as productive as other employees. Everyone. I've seen people who handle mental health problems go through it, but still they are able to be productive. They're paid because of what they do. So yeah, then treatment for mental health problems varies depending on the individual and could include medication, therapy, or even both. Yeah, that's very true. So let's go to the signs and symptoms. Now, the signs and symptoms, we need to actually watch and care for everyone going through this because those are the signs that we can see. There's excessive fear and uneasiness, there's mood changes, there's problems thinking, the inability to concentrate, or a problem with memory, thoughts, or speech that are hard to explain. There's sleep and appetite. Sometimes we sleep too much, sometimes we don't sleep at all, we struggle. And then there is also noticeable and rapid weight gain or loss. When we're in problems, sometimes people eat too much and others don't. So yeah, there's also withdrawal where you feel you're sitting alone doing nothing for long periods of time. You just want to be by yourself with no one around you. And then there is the causes. So now the causes, we have biological, we have environmental exposure, we have genetics, maybe it's in your history, in your family history. Then there's life experiences, divorce, there's trauma, lots of things, loss of a loved one. And then the diagnosis could be physical exam and psychological evaluation. This will help to know whether you're improving or you're not. The medication itself or the treatment could be medication and then talking to a therapist. Actually, medication and therapy, these have helped me improve a lot. I don't now struggle from it because I've been helped by a therapy. I talk to someone and I've been helped, which you too can do the same. Now, in conclusion, because of time, I would want to conclude by saying, in conclusion, living with mental health illnesses, whether it affects you or a loved one, can be very hard, but help is available, which is true. Help is there. If you suspect that you or someone you love may have a mental illness, talk to your doctor, who may refer you to a mental health professional for further assessment, evaluation, and treatment. You can also reach out to directly to a psychotherapist. If you and loved ones are struggling with mental health, contact the Medical Health Service Administration with Exuba Helpline plus 256-781-322169. Or you can even visit our website, which is www.exuba.org. Thank you so much for listening to me and thank you so much for joining with us. I hope that what we've shared today, you can be able to take something with you. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Have a good day.